Hello, and welcome to Data Days at Georgia Tech. I am so excited to kick off this week's event as so much hard work has gone into creating Data Days. My name is Katie Crawford. I'm the Executive Director of Enterprise Application and Data Management within OIT at Georgia Tech. I am joined today by our Vice President of IT and CIO, Daren Hubbard, who is also the executive sponsor of the Data Excellence Initiative. Data Excellence is a signature initiative within the Institute's strategic plan. Some of the high-level goals of the initiative include creating a centralized data governance and protection program, providing key metric dashboards for Institute projects, and formalizing Institute-wide data privacy program. For the past year, the Data Excellence Steering Committee has worked hard to build out a comprehensive strategy to support these goals and create a shared culture of data at Georgia Tech. Today kicks off a week of events committed to exploring all aspects of data here at Georgia Tech, from dashboards and reporting to governance and security. For the next few minutes, I'll be discussing what's in store for this week and what lessons we hope to leave the Georgia Tech community with. I had some scripted questions, but I'm hoping this can be more of a conversation. Can you tell us a little bit about the Data Excellence Initiative and how it was formed?
Sure. So Data Excellence is one of the Institute strategic plan initiatives that was charged by the president. It was created, I believe, over the last year with the help of a lot of folks from the Georgia Tech community. And so part of the goal is for excellence to be exhibited through our use of data and our ability to not just protect and manage it, but to actually use it for decision making and also show where we're being successful, but then also highlight places where we need to grow and have opportunity for additional growth through the use of the data that we collect. And so with that, we've set up a large initiative that really tries to bring all those things together while bringing additional value to what people need to do every day in the running of the institute.
So knowing all of the things that go into creating a data excellence program, we've got governance, we've got security, we've got reporting and warehousing and so many things. The team really had to work hard to bring all of that together in a comprehensive plan. How did they do that and what was the result?
Sure, so that's a great question. One of the things that we really focused on or tried to focus on was the fact that yes, it is a pretty, you say data excellence, and that covers a whole lot of things. And so what we try to do is break it up into nice chunks and bring together actually experts in those areas to help run those initiatives. So we have identity and access management, we've got customer engagement, we've got system modernization, which our team is really taking the lead on, data services, security, privacy, risk, and then governance and management. And so with all those different initiatives, again, we brought those team leaders together who represent the experts that focus on those things in their day-to-day here at the Institute. So by doing that, we're able to infuse the project and the program with all those things that we know we have to get done in order to bring all those things to the forefront so that we make progress along a variety of different aspects of this overall data excellence initiative while still making sure that the Institute can do its day-to-day work.
Awesome. So given my role in the project, I know that we've been able to accomplish quite a bit over the last year. Can you share with the community some of the accomplishments?
Sure. So in addition to really just establishing this framework and making sure that we set up a, I guess, more so a market-leading approach to both governance and privacy in accordance with what we have to do with the USG actually. We've also been able to highlight things that have already been going on across the campus for a couple of years, like bringing some needed attention to our light dashboards and reports that are online, and that's part of what your team is responsible for. And so making sure that folks both know about those tools and actually know how to use them. And then in addition to that, we've been able to infuse the security and management aspects into everything that we do and talk about as well, because it is important for us while we're using this data and while we're leveraging it for our benefit and for the benefit of our students and faculty, that we infuse some level of security and some responsibility by all the people who use it. So we've been able to do that very well by establishing using KnowBe4 and establishing a biannual security training program, and actually we're in cybersecurity month right now as well. And so doing things like this to bring some attention to both the use of the data and also the protection of it. So those things have been going on all up in leading up into this moment where now we're here at Data Days, this whole week of activity around it.
Absolutely. And remember to take your data security training this week,
Yes.
right? So kind of speaking of Data Days, what is this week all about? Kind of how did it come to be? What are you hoping that the community gets out of it?
Sure. So we really wanted to bring, again, that focused attention to this activity so that our campus community could both understand what we were trying to do and bring together and do this data excellence initiative, but also be able to participate in a way that was not just on the surface, but really getting in-depth both training and information, but then also be able to take away from this things that they can use in their day-to-day activities. So we got a couple of themes, I think, across the week. What is data, data value, protection, and then also just in general data excellence. And so we hope that folks are going to be participating throughout. The final day and the Data Excellence Day, we've got full-on symposium with keynote speakers, poster sessions, and a lot of interactive opportunities so the campus can really get involved and engaged in a way that we've done before. So we're hopeful that this is the start of something that we can continue year after year and get more people involved and really start to grow that community of practice that really will, I think, add to our ability to use data in effective and really important ways for the Institute.
Absolutely. This seems really exciting. Are there any messages you want to really drive home with the community this week?
Sure. I think the first message that I really want folks to remember and just really think about deeply is this notion of democratization of the data. And by that, what we mean is to make sure that everyone has access to it, that the data is something that we are all using and we are on the same page about it, that we have the shared understanding, and that there's also a shared commitment and responsibility to protect it and to make sure that it's used in its highest value and for its highest purpose and that it's secure from a sort of external threat. The other piece is that I really want folks to come away from this both engagement this week and all the work that we've been doing with the confidence that we are definitely taking care of the data that Georgia Tech generates and that we all have a responsibility to both utilize it for the good of the Institute, but also that we are always going to improve and use it to improve how the campus delivers on its core mission of creating knowledge and really creating technology for the betterment of humankind.
Absolutely. So is there any other final thoughts you want to share about Data Days or data excellence?
Yeah, I do want folks to remember that data is something that's a powerful asset. It's also a tool. It's also an element of what an effective organization needs to run on. It's literally the fuel of us making good decisions and making better and bigger impact on our overall community and society at large. And so hopefully people will really engage, come and ask us questions, learn, share, do whatever they need to really stay engaged and stay involved in this, I think, really important and exciting initiative.
Absolutely. So it really seems like Data Days is kind of the first step to start the conversation with the community.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Thank you all so much for coming to today's kickoff event for Data Days. Please visit our website at datax.godtech.edu for a full listing of this week's events. We look forward to seeing you there.